Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
It's day 21. Yay! So close to the final. Only a few more days left.
Oh my God.
So
I'm both scared and spooked, but also excited.
I know, because we have one of my beers. And I have no idea what it is. So Martin, rip it up. Rip it and rip it.
It's obviously a bottle.
It is a bottle.
It is
Oh, yes!
Stronzo. Oh my God. Stronzo Brewing Co. It says retired. Anniversary number 2 bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. Beer with an attitude. So Stronzo doesn't exist anymore.
Hasn't existed for a very long time.
It's best before May of 2019.
Yeah.
Importer Elixir Wine. I don't think that importer exists anymore.
Elixir Wine does exist. Yeah.
Wait, yeah, it says brewed by the now discontinued brewery Stronzo Brewing Co. in Denmark. Keep dark. The beer is unpasteurized, unfiltered, hand bottled, and fermented in the bottle. Oh my God.
So first of all, when you opened this, what did you think?
The Stronzo is. I remember Stronzo so. I loved Stronzo back in the day.
Exactly. Now I believe we have had this beer before.
I've never checked in Stronzo Anniversary number 2.
Really?
Really?
Oh wow. Maybe I haven't either then.
When have people? So the earliest friends have checked this in 2017. 16 is the earliest check-in from any friend.
All right. And this smell, I get a little dusty, but also a little licoricey too.
Yes.
So, cheers.
Where did you find this?
So, I have a really great story on this one. So,
It's pretty rough. The flavor.
It is rough. So, this is definitely more of a fun story beer than an actual good beer. So I purchased this along with Linda, the wet X grinder, right? And a couple of other ones. There might be one more. What was it called? Old Money's. Was it
Old Money Ticker?
Old Money Tickers, right? Beer coming up. So basically, what happened is there's these ads on Facebook. Maybe you don't see them. Maybe I'm just a sucker for that. Where they're advertising the Amager Advent calendar, right? Hey, if you're in Sweden, click on here to get the Amager Advent calendar. I'm like, sure. How much is the Amager Advent calendar? Turns out it's quite a lot. And I was just like, I'm not interested in that. But it turns out that Benny, who I believe was the person that originally brewed Stronzo and went to be part of the Amager group, has a cellar and has a lot of stuff and has a lot of things to come from the Amager backlog of beers that they have not released or have been cellaring for quite some time. And they had quite a few Stronzos in there. And I thought, you know what? It would be a lot of fun to have a Stronzo beer on the calendar because it's not going to be very drinkable because honestly, it's past its prime of 3 or 4 years ago. But it's so weird that a brewery that went defunct easily 10 years ago, maybe 8 years ago, you can still find so many of their beers on the market. You can go to Beer Ditch, you can still find Stronzo there. And I originally, I ordered this, I didn't order this. I ordered Linda, I ordered Lust, the original version of it that had been aged out, not the rebrew of it. And he ordered Mr. Papso's something or another. I didn't get Mr. Papso's because for some reason they didn't fulfill that part of the order. They put in Anniversary 2 instead.
Oh.
But because they couldn't find the Lust vintage, they're like, well, we can give you these 3 other beers instead, which were 2 Stronzos and another Amager, old Amager beer. And I was like, sure, that sounds great because I love old beers. I think they're so much fun to try. And that's how we ended up with this beer, which I said, it's a much more fun story than the actual beer is going to be. I knew the beer would not be particularly good because it just has not aged very well, but it's still a lot of fun to try.
It is. I mean, the completionist inside of me is so happy to try a Stronzo beer that I missed during the years for some reason. But this must have come out when they were going out of style. The label even says
It's
so.
my understanding that they'd actually closed, and then this was the beer they had left, and they put it out as anniversary to retired.
Wow.
But this beer is beyond tired. It is a lot of licorice notes and really starting to get into that wintergreen mintiness.
And wet cardboard.
Yeah, wet cardboard. It's not particularly good. It's actually pretty bad.
But I mean, Stronzo's real peak was somewhere around 2012. 2012, you could sell Stronzo beers like cutting through butter with a hot knife. And that Copenhagen Beer Festival, 2012 in particular, but also 13 and 14, but 12, they had bought an extra large booth.
Mm-hmm.
They could serve beer from 3 sides. Everyone else was just like, oh, one side, we're only 2 people serving. They had multiple people just serving beer nonstop. They had like 20 different beers, low ABV, high ABV, 17%, honey badger, all of the stuff. So if you went to the Copenhagen Beer Festival those years, particular 2012, you could just stay at the Stronzo booth for like an hour and never run out of beer or stories. It is a shame that they...
And then they closed really quick. Like, I think it was quite a surprise when they actually closed shop because people were expecting them to keep going because they were doing really, really good. And then they just folded almost overnight. And then I think from the ashes, we got the Amager brewery from that.
Yeah. And you say Mr. Papso. So that's Henrik Papsa, who was at the time one of the greatest beer raters in the world. And he said, I'm retiring from beer rating. I want to work with beer now. And I think he became like a marketing director for Amager or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And he said, I'm just going to stop rating beers. You can do that. I will not rate beers while I'm promoting and selling beers. And people were like, everyone who was in the beer business was, but we're rating beers and we're selling them. Are we not allowed to? Now he was just better than everyone else.
He is called ethics.
Exactly.
You might want to look into it.
Exactly. A great guy. But I'm having difficulties rating this one.
Oh, no, this is easy to rate. This is like a 2. It's not a good beer, but it's so much fun. It's almost unrateable because of the history, of the story, of the memories. For me, like the story and the memories around it give it a 5. But the beer's a 2. I mean, it's not a good beer. It is fallen on hard times. And again, I think that like the Linda the Expert, it's probably in about its best condition as you could possibly get this beer.
It'll never be better.
It'll never be better than this. And it's not good. No, it has passed its prime. And I did not pay a lot for this. So it wasn't like it was super expensive. That's what like, cause they had their vintage beer section and I just went ham on that. I mean, there weren't a lot of things to choose, but I was like, ooh, that's on sale. That's on sale. That's on sale. And I went for those. And then I ended up getting double my order because they couldn't find the one beer they were looking for. It doesn't mean they don't have it. Maybe they do, and I'll order it again later. But I was super glad to get these instead.
But I agree with you. Based on the memories, it's a 5. The beer is a 2.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little stroll down memory. This is honestly one of, for me, the highlights of the calendar. I was super looking forward to this because I knew it would be one of those beers that you just did not expect. And in fact, my girlfriend and I, we tried one of their other beers and I was like, you cannot check this in until Martin and I have like one of these beers on the calendar because it will destroy like the surprise completely. Because Martin will be like, Stronzo, where did you get a Stronzo beer from? And I'm like, well,
why am I not getting a Stronzo beer in the calendar, Steph?
Exactly. So yeah. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. This is, like I said, a real treat for me to be able to bring this on the show.
Stronzo.
Yeah. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed this nostalgia bit.
I did.
I know you don't. Hope the listener also did.
Screw the listeners.
Yeah. It was fun for us anyway. We'll wrap it up here. So until next time.
Keep drinking, you dum-dums.